At what point does the fear of losing overtake your desire to win? Ippo Makunouchi constantly deals with this internal battle after becoming the #1 boxer in Japan. When he was the challenger, he fought free. He took risks. But now, it's almost like he fights not to lose. To understand why this happened, let's start at the beginning to why Ippo started boxing in the first place. Ippo didn't start boxing because he wanted fame or glory. He started because he wanted to understand, what does it mean to truly be strong? That question drove him. It fueled him. It made him train like a man possessed, not because he was afraid, but because he was excited. He loved boxing. He loved the feeling of getting better. Every fight was an opportunity, not a risk. Back then, there was no fear, just passion, just fire. He wasn't afraid of losing because he didn't have anything to lose, only something to gain. And that mindset, that freedom, it made him dangerous. But then, he started winning. People started noticing. He got the belt, became the champion. And with that title came weight, expectations, pressure. Suddenly, he wasn't just fighting for himself anymore. He was fighting for the Kamigawa gym, for his coach, for his fans, for his legacy. And whether he realized it or not, his desire to win was slowly being replaced by something else, the fear of losing. It happened subtly. You train harder. You start focusing on not messing up, rather than just being great. You become more cautious. And that caution turns into doubt. Doubt turns into hesitation. And hesitation, well, that's fatal. I've been there. You start to overthink every moment, not because you're not good enough, but because deep down you're scared. Scared that one wrong move will cost everything. Scared that people who believe in you will see you fail. Scared that maybe you were never good enough to begin with. And that fear, it starts to eat away at the joy, the freedom, the instinct, until all that's left is doubt. You become cautious, hesitant, and that hesitation, that's what gets you beat. And for Ippo, you can see the shift clearly in his fight with Sawamura. Sawamura didn't fight fair. He was unpredictable, chaotic, and dirty. But that wasn't what made him dangerous. It was what he did to Ippo's mind. Every time Ippo tried to fight his way, Sawamura baited him, punished him, made him second guess. And soon enough, Ippo wasn't boxing using his instinct. He was boxing using fear. He was trying not to make a mistake instead of trying to win. It was really this fight for me where it all clicked. Ippo had changed. He wasn't the same fearless rookie anymore who fought Sendo toe-to-toe with nothing but heart. Now he was a champion. Carrying a crown he was scared to lose. Fear is the opponent you can't punch, you can't see, and worst of all, you can take it with you into every match. Ippo's not unique in this. This happens to athletes, creators, professionals, everyone. The higher you rise, the harder you fall. And when everyone starts expecting you to win, you start playing not to lose. And that's the beginning of the end. Later in the series, you start seeing Ippo's instincts dull. He gets injured more. His style becomes stiffer. He loses the spark and even starts thinking about retirement. It's not because he's not skilled, it's because the fear overtook the fire. That really is the tragedy. He spent so much time trying not to fail that he forgot how to chase victory. So I'll ask again, at what point does fear of losing overtake your desire to win? For Ippo, it was gradual. For you, it might be already happening. But here's the truth. You can't win if you're only playing defense. You can't live if you're only trying not to fail. At some point, you have to remember why you got started in the first place. You have to stop running from loss and start chasing victory again. Because the fire you had when you were free, when you had nothing to prove, that's where your power was. Get back to that. Reclaim it. Because the fight isn't over. Not until you throw your last punch. And the only way to win is to stop being afraid of losing.